Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the shortest basketball player in the world?
I like your curiosity. I'll tell you. Moxie Bogues is the shortest player in the National Basketball Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Which club is the first to win Champions League?
That's very easy. Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on Our Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos.
Top of the morning, sports fans, top of the morning, listeners. Welcome to Sports in a Jiffy on your most exciting breakfast show, the Morning Impact Show, right here on Impact Radio 102.1 FM, your early morning sports tonic. That place where I get to serve the very best of stories, making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport. Bits and pieces on the show this morning, tiptoeing through all of the major stories, whether a sports person, someone love the thrill of the game, or maybe an athlete yourself. I always tell you that this is the right place for you to be because the early bird has gone around the world to catch the scores, and I am more than willing to serve them to you. Something fast, a lot of fact, and I'll be making it compact for your listening pleasure this morning. Ayo Deji Ajiboye is my name. Absolute honor to be your host on the show. A short reminder that I was streaming live on our YouTube channel at Impact 102.1 FM, our Facebook fan page at Impact Radio 102.1 FM. To the stage of the back of the net right about now, we'll be getting the show on the road. I'll talk about stories coming through from the world of football, UEFA Champions League, the final matches of the penultimate match day for this year. Before we go straight into the final match day come next week. And in short, definitely praising the return of Mohamed Salah. Don't forget that the forgotten stone that has now become another cornerstone. That's exactly what is happening between Ancelotti and also Mohamed Salah right there. Important night for both the player and also the coach right there with their win proving to be very important against Olympique Marseille. Other matches from yesterday night, Barca also had to rally around to win that particular game 4-2. Talk about Marcus Rashford, who is also another player to talk about this season. Of course, for Barcelona becoming their highest goal scorer right there in the UEFA Champions League. A lot of stories coming through on the show this evening. This morning, I beg your pardon, right here on Sports in the Jiffy on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. But let's start with us coming through from the home front before we skidad you straight to Europe. We talk about the UEFA Champions League. The Super Falcons striker, Uchenna Kanu, has said that she was disappointed to have been left out of the Nigerian squad for the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations, which took place in Morocco early this year. This team that was led by coach Justin Madugu, the Super Falcons claimed the record extending 10th continental title, recovering from 2 goals down to beat the host 3-2 in the final. Uchenna Kanu, the 28-year-old, who is just recovering from an injury that kept her out for about 6 months during the build-up to the tournament, said she felt good enough to earn a place in the squad. But as it is right now, all attention is now shifted towards the next WAFCON, of course, in the same country, Morocco, that will be happening between March this year. Yes, all ends in globe. Maybe the Super Falcons of Nigeria will be looking forward to extend their record to winning an 11th continental title. Don't forget that WAFCON 2026, the draw has been done sometimes last week, and of course, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will be looking to go all out in that particular one. Quickly, let me tell you, in case you don't know, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will be in the same group with likes of Zambia when the draw was made. That's defending champions. Nigeria will be facing a reunion with Zambia. Morocco will be having a North African derby in their own group against the likes of Algeria. 16 teams this time around. and it's been said that they will also be having some form of increase in the prize for the winner this year. In Group A, you have the likes of Morocco, Algeria, Senegal, and Kenya. In Group B, you have South Africa, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, and Tanzania. And in Group C, you have the likes of Nigeria, Zambia, Egypt, Malawi, Ghana, Cameroon, Mali, and Cape Verde make up for the Group D. Just so you know, the 2020 edition will just be coming 8 months after the 2024 own, which was delayed due to some issues, scheduling issues. If you are going to use it that way, concerning the Paris Olympics 2024. But then this particular one is going to be held from March to 17th of March to 3rd of April. Yes, and it's going to be a little bit shorter than the one that we had earlier last year as well. All hands in glove now, and possibly some form of headache for Coach Justin Madugu, talking about the players that is going to be calling up for that particular tournament come before the end of the month. I should be having something concrete from the camp of the Super Falcons. A lot of fans are already saying, and I mean, AFCON is upon us, and we are not hearing anything about friendlies or any preparatory match from the camp of the Super Falcons. Away from that story right now, still more thoughts coming through from the home front on the show this morning at the Sports in a Jiffy on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Quickly in the world of athletics this morning, it's been said that the Athletics Federation of Nigeria has now sought to calm the growing concerns within the athletics community over information that athletes will be required to pay 15,000 naira to register on the newly adopted Roster Athletics platform. It's been said that concerns emerged after athletes and stakeholders encountered a payment option while registering on the digital platform, which the Federation recently introduced to manage athlete data and also competition entries nationwide. Development triggered criticism from several quarters, including Nigeria's 100-meter record holder Olusoji Fashuba, who warned publicly that such a fee risks excluding grassroots athletes and undermining development. Well, in the words of the AFN president, Tunobok Okowa, he said the federation had not approved any registration fee and stressed that athletes would not be made to pay 15,000 naira. He explained that the amount being circulated originated from Roster Athletics and remains subject to negotiations and board approval. Okay. Looks like the athlete might just be right, by the way. Still talking other sports on the show this morning, Miriam Usman has now become the first Nigerian athlete confirmed to compete at the inaugural Enhanced Games, the controversial multi-sport event that permits the use of performance-enhancing substances. The competition, founded by the Australian businessman Aaron D'Souza, is scheduled to take place on May 24, 2026 at the resort in Las Vegas. The 35-year-old weightlifter is a three-time Olympian who won the bronze medal at the 2008 Games. She's also a four-time African champion, Commonwealth Games gold medalist, and has previously won a bronze medal at the 2011 World Weightlifting Championship. Competing in the women's 45 kilogram class, she has established herself as one of Nigeria's most accomplished athletes in the sport. With that announcement, Usman's inclusion comes alongside the confirmation of four other elite weightlifters, likes of Yuni Andika from Colombia, Ali Mendes from Chile, Lery Solis from Colombia, and Juan Solis from Colombia as well, each bringing extensive international experience. I mean, you can say something about the names that are on this list. Athletes from Colombia, athletes from Chile, you know that they have a bit of peculiarity. Well, the addition is also going to be complementing the previously announced athletes, including the likes of Vodi Santavi from Canada, Wes Keat of the United States, and also Beatrice Piron of the Dominican Republic. Away from that story right there, we go straight to Europe, Mitchell, from the ongoing Australian Open, the first Grand Slam of the year. Loads of upsets we are seeing already, and some of the big names were been able to scale through to the third round. Like I mentioned on the show last night on Sports Hub, I mentioned to you that Emma Raducanu, the British women number one player, is now being knocked out in the round 2 of the ongoing Australian Open. It's been said that since she won the US Open in 2021 as a qualifier, things have not been the same for her. She had hardly gone past the second round of any of the Grand Slam that she's participated in since she won the US Open in 2021. Hopefully, she's not going to be a one-season wonder or a one Grand Slam wonder. We look to see that in the coming Grand Slams of the year. Don't forget that we still have 3 more Grand Slams to go before the calendar year runs out in the world of tennis. Away from the WTA right now. Okay, one more story in the WTA. It's been said that before Kogal stepped on court for a second round match at the Australian Open, it was announced that she made another major donation to sports students at the strictly black college and universities, that's HBCU. It's been said that Kogal donated $150,000 to the United Negro College Fund to fund scholarship for the students who play competitive tennis. This also following over 100,000 donations she made last year, bringing total contribution to the organization to about $250,000 in 2 years. To the ATP right about now, Carlos Alcaraz is also admitted that he was not fully satisfied with his performance after advancing to the third round of the Australian Open, but said a conversation with his team helped him see the match more clearly. Alcaraz defeated German Yannick Hanfmann 7-6, 6-3, 6-2 in the second round with 2 straight set wins. Despite the scoreline, the top seed said he walked off the court feeling critical of the type of level he's playing in at this year's Australian Open. Looking ahead, Alcaraz said one area he wants to improve is his backhand return, which misfired at times against Hanfmann. Alcaraz will next be playing Corentin Moutet, the number 32 seed, as he continues his push towards a career Grand Slam. Don't forget that if he ever wins the Australian Open this year, then it means that at the age of 22 he's now completed the game of tennis. What do you mean by completing the game of tennis? Is that he has won all of the major Grand Slams, the French Open, the Wimbledon, the US Open, and that's it. Don't forget, I also has an Olympic medal to his name already at just the age of 22. Away from that, right now, straight into the world of basketball on the show this morning. Don't forget, I'm 17 beats and in pieces, tipped into all of the major stories making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sports. The New York Knicks ended their 4-game losing streak in an emphatic fashion with a record-breaking 120 to 66 points win over their local rivals, Brooklyn Nets. The 54 points margin of victory is the biggest since the Knicks were founded in 1946 and eclipses the 48-point winning margins achieved in 1968, 1972, and 1994. The victory at the Madison Square Garden followed a poor run that culminated in a 114 to 97-point defeat by the Dallas on Monday night. The Knicks snapped out of form against the Nets, roaring into a 38-22 lead in the first quarter and extended out to 59 points at one stage in the match. Jalen Brunson, who scored 20 points, said the win was a huge boost as the Knicks approached the midpoint of the season in the third place in the Eastern Conference behind the Detroit Pistons and also the Boston Celtics. More basketball talks on the show this morning. Giannis Antetokounmpo says chemistry issues might be contributing to the Milwaukee Bucks' recent penchant of loop-side losses. The Bucks fell to a 122 to 102 point defeat on Wednesday to the Oklahoma City Thunder team that was missing a handful of rotation players because of injuries. The Bucks have dropped 4 of their past 5 games. Each of their past 3 losses was decided by at least 18 points. Antetokounmpo was asked after the game against Oklahoma City whether he sees any common thread among the blowout defeats. And in his words, he says that the Milwaukee string of 9 straight playoff appearances in jeopardy midway through the season, with the Bucks now 18-25, 11th in the Eastern Conference standings, and they haven't won more than 2 games in a row at any point this season. And now they will need to get accustomed to playing without Kevin Porter Jr., who ranks second on the team in points, 16.8, and first assists per game, 7.4. Porter has an oblique strain that leaves his return date very much uncertain through the rest of the season right now. Hopefully, the Milwaukee Bucks definitely find a way around this particular issue that is happening with them right about now. And away from that, straight into the world of football on the show this morning, some season stories to tantalize your morning already right here on Sports in the Jiffy on 9 Power Radio 102.1 FM. Before we go into the result of the matches that were played from last night, quickly taking reactions from the Estadio Bernabeu, where Real Madrid teenage playmaker Franco Mastrono said the criticism criticism he has received in recent months has only made him stronger. The Argentine international, who joined the Los Blancos this summer from River Plate, celebrated his first Champions League in Madrid season round of the AS Monaco on Tuesday, and he says he doesn't see himself as Lionel Messi, nor as the worst signing Real Madrid ever made. That's according to the 18-year-old, who feels like he arriving at the Bernabeu Stadium is one of the most important things that has happened to him as an Argentine. Don't forget that he has now scored 3 goals in 20 appearances for Madrid this year, and of course he's played 12 games as a starter for the Los Blancos side. Still more story coming through from the world of football on the show this morning, taking reactions from some of the matches that went down last night. Talk about the game between Liverpool and also Olympique Marseille. It's been said that Ancelotti has good memories in Marseille. It was right there in 2022 when his Feyenoord side held on to secure a place in the Europa Conference League final. And on the eve of this Swiss game in the bowels of the Stade Velodrome, he was asked about those memories. I also bizarrely and rudely asked about Xabi Alonso's link to the Liverpool job. Don't forget that the unbeaten run of Liverpool with 13 matches, that's talking about winning 7 and drawn 6 in all competitions, may have been uninspiring for the large part, but it's the longest ongoing streak of any team from Euro's Big Five, and itself credit must be due for that. That's according to the Liverpool manager. Critically, a lot of fans are definitely taking a look at what Ancelotti is definitely doing with Liverpool right now, with some claiming that even if he claims that he's won the English Premier League, he had to do that with the crop of players that he inherited from his predecessor. That's talking about Jurgen Klopp right there at Liverpool. And then for Slot and Liverpool, the challenge is now going to be how to deal with the low block, because of course that's where Liverpool have been struggling in recent times, and hopefully they also get to overcome this before things go out of hand for them, because definitely I cannot talk about Liverpool really competing for anything that much in the English Premier League this season. Away from that, quickly let's go straight into transfer bits, just as you have them on the back pages of the major dailies this morning. A couple of transfers to look forward to is the transfer between Eta and Nwaneri. I would like of Olympique Marseille, Crystal Palace, and also Bournemouth on the lookout for the Arsenal youngster right there. And it's been said that the player might just be in France to undergo a medical for him to join Marseille, and also Cameroon Diamonde, the Bayern Munich and with Bayern Munich, Manchester United, and Tottenham Hotspur are locking on for the Red Bull Leipzig attacker right there. A couple of other rumors are making the rounds is that Manchester United and Chelsea are interested in Borussia Dortmund midfielder Felix Emeka. The 25-year-old has impressed with the regular slot in the Dortmund's midfield this season, and the club are hoping to renegotiate his contract, which runs out in 2028. Barcelona striker Robert Lewandowski won't leave the club in January, but he will move to the MLS in the summer. The 37-year-old also wanted by Saudi Pro League clubs, but favors a move to the US and is prepared to wait until the end of the season to ensure the right switch definitely happens. And away from that right now, still taking more thoughts from the world of football on the show this morning. Quickly, let's go through some of the fixtures to look forward to in the UEFA Europa League for tonight. Bologna will be up against Celtic. Brown will be hosting Midtjylland. Fenerbahce will be up against Aston Villa. Feyenoord will be up against Sturm Graz. Freiburg will be hosting Maccabi Tel Aviv. Malmo FF will be up against Red Star Belgrade. PAOK Thessaloniki will be up against Real Betis. Victoria Pleasant will be up against FC Porto. Young Boys Brown will be up against Olympique Lyon. Celta Vigo will be up against Lille. Dynamo Zagreb will be hosting Basel. Frankfurt will be up against Panathinaikos. Nice will be up against Go Ahead Eagles. Rangers will be hosting Ludogorets Razgrad. Red Bull Salzburg will be hosting VSB Basel. Roma will be up against Stuttgart. Sporting Braga will be hosting Nottingham Forest, while Utrecht will be up against Genk for talk about the matches that will be going down in the UEFA Europa League for tonight. Sporting a Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, and that's how much we're taking on the show for this morning. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of the show. Thank you for allowing me to rock your world, preaching the gospel of sport to you for the last 20 minutes. Talk about all of the in-swingers, the lancer passes, the slams, and the dunks as well. Your day judge will sign out this morning. I always tell you to stay sporty, stay active, drink enough water to stay hydrated. Go out there and be the best version of yourself. Don't forget to be kind, because kindness is cool. Toluwase Akinwumi is here to take you through the rest of your morning on the Morning Impact Show on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Do have a blessed and highly favored Thursday.
Start your day with Impact.